show you over. Here, your back. Another video. Today's video is going to be a kind of what I read in a week on holiday, on vacation, or just like a how much can I read on holiday. These are all the books that I've brought, so we're being very ambitious. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read all of these books, but I'm just gonna kind of mood read throughout the week, pick up what I'm feeling and try to get through some of these books because they're all very anticipated for me, and just have a fun time reading, being on holiday, relaxing, chilling, just having a good time. So I thought I'd vlog it and we'll see where the week takes us. I am introducing this vlog on day one, so this is the morning. We got here last night, and then yeah, this morning we've just been for breakfast and we're just going to go down to the pool and the beach right now. So I'm going to take this one with me. I started this one on the plane. It is Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. It is like inspired by Ted Bundy, I believe, and it's kind of like told from women who survived him and they're like trying to track him down, that kind of vibe. It's very, very good. I'm anticipating this to be a 5 stars at the moment because the way that it's written and the way that Jessica Knoll has like been writing this, like the characters and the story and stuff, it's so captivating and it's just keeping me entertained the whole time. Like I don't want to put this book down. It's so interesting, like the way that she's written it, and everything is so detailed. I will say that I feel like I have to like switch my brain on and use quite a bit of brain power to read it, but it is so worth it because it is so good and I'm just so invested. Yesterday I made it to page 162. I didn't do too much reading on the flight and stuff because I was like a little bit distracted. It was like a busy, warm plane and I couldn't like get in the reading mindset, so I only read that much, which is still quite a lot, so yeah. But today I'm thinking maybe I might finish this one, maybe, if I can get like stuck in and invested, because I just really want to sit down and read this book. I really want to know what happens. The way that it's written is so good, and also the cover, I mean, the cover speaks for itself. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited. And definitely I want to read Jessica Knoll's backlist because the way that she's writing is like scratching an itch in my brain. It is so good. And I can't wait to read Luckiest Girl Alive, which is like her other book. It says New York Times bestselling author of Luckiest Girl Alive, so I'm thinking that one's going to be a hit as well. We'll have to see. This is currently the view. I mean, that is just stunning. And you look at the beach. Don't want to zoom in on. And then we've got like the pool. It's a little tour. This is the balcony. Just a little balcony there. I've got all my books because I was filming some TikToks. So yeah, definitely follow me on TikTok if you want to see some like more in-depth holiday content, because I'm definitely trying to film definitely trying to be a lot more active on there. So there'll be a lot more things on my TikTok, which is always linked in the description. But yeah, I mean, this is just like what you want to wake up to, really. It's absolutely beautiful. I do feel like the first day on holiday is like always very humbling because I'm like so pale. I just know I'm gonna burn like so much today. I know I'm gonna end up looking like a lobster by the end of the day, just trying to get that base tan. But yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Today's outfit of the day, I've got on like full Primark vest, and then these Primark shorts, which are like my favourite shorts ever. They're like the mum shorts from Primark. They're so comfy and they're so good. And then my bikini is from Boo Avenue. I keep knocking my elbow, but that is the bit. I am going to give you some updates throughout the day. I don't know why my voice has just gone so croaky. I don't know why that's happening, but I'm super excited to finish this and give my updates. It could be a 5-star, might not be a 5-star. We're just gonna have to see, but I think that it might be. I'm really getting into this like genre of books. If you've read this and you know of any other books that are like this kind of genre, please let me know, because I love books like this, and it's like the way that it's set and how everything's being described. The time era. I just think it's so well done. On holiday, so I'm currently using the end of a crispy M&M packet because I refuse to fold the corner of the page. I just refuse. I refuse to do that. So this is what my bookmark is on holiday. Great. Friday? Oh my god, this chair is scorching. It's burnt my back out. I really can't like vlog out here on mine and my sister's balcony. I have to go to my mum and dad's balcony because I was on the front, which is where the cars are, so there's like so many cars whizzing by right now and it's really loud, so I'm gonna have to wait until I can give you all my thoughts and updates in my mum and dad's room on their balcony, because the noise out here is just not giving. It's just not giving for me to talk. For me to let you know my thoughts on this book. It's not giving. But I will leave you with one thing. I think this is going to be a 5-star. But it's not 30 pages left, 20 pages. I haven't been able to put this down. I literally, sometimes I do accents when I can't come out of the accent. I literally am obsessed. Like, I've loved this so much and I can't wait to give you like a full review, full rundown. It's been so good. It's been so good. Also, I would just like to say it's so warm. It's genuinely so warm. I think it's like 33 degrees today, which coming from England where it has been like 12 degrees, it's a big jump, and I'm Sula alert, sweat up alert going on. I've had to put my hair up because it is so hot right now. Gotta stay hydrated. I thought that because I've literally got like 20-30 pages left of this book, which I'm gonna finish probably before we even leave the hotel room, I thought we should choose our next read to put in my beach bag. What shall I read next? Because this one is going to be finished real soon and I need one to take downstairs with me to the beach. so I'm not sure what I want to read. These are the options. So we've got like basically 2 fantasies, 2 romances. So it depends what I'm really feeling. I mean, we're definitely not going to be starting When the Moon Hatched today because I bought this in the airport, so I wasn't even planning on like reading it on this holiday. So I'm going to save this till last and get through the ones that I actually brought, like planning on reading on this holiday. So that leaves us with 7 Summers, Wildfire and Crown of Midnight. Okay, so right off the bat, we're going to eliminate Crown of Midnight because I'm just not in my fantasy mood right now. I need something like quick and like fast paced, just silly, romancy, you know what I mean? I actually did start this in the airport, which you probably did see at the beginning of this vlog. I literally read 4 pages and then I think I like got up to do something and then I just like put it back in my bag, and when we got on the plane I just never picked it back up. I went for Bright Young Women instead. I just think that I wasn't in my fantasy headspace and I really don't want to like ruin the experience of reading this book. So I know it's going to be really highly rated for me, so I want to make sure I'm like properly in the mood for it. So that leaves us with these 2, and I've had a few comments saying that 7 Summers is going to make me cry, and that everyone has seemed to like, everyone who reviews it says that it like broke them and like made them so upset at the end. So I'm like, oh, will that literally make me cry by the pool? Don't know if that is the vibe for this family holiday. I might get some questionable looks. So I'm not sure about this, but I have been really anticipating this book, so I might just go for it and do it. I'm scared. And then the last one is Wildfire by Hannah Grace, which, I mean, like, you can't get more of a silly, goofy romance than this, because Icebreaker was just like, you know, what you'd expect. It was a silly, fun, quick romance with like little to no brain power involved to read it. So I'm thinking this one's going to be the same vibe, and this one is actually like set in a summer setting, so I'm so excited to like be in the sun while reading about characters that are also in the sun, you know. But I don't know why the font is so small. Like, I think that is small font, and I've just read Bright Young Women, which also had very small font, so I'm not sure what's going on with the small font here. Crown of Midnight, small font. When the Moon Hatched, small font, which also as well, guys, this is not a floppy book, but we're just going to make it work. I might have to crack the spine. So I think that's 7 Summers. Yeah, 7 Summers has like the biggest font out of them all. I don't know if that's just my brain thinking that's small font and it's actually not, but to me that is like quite small font. So I really want something that's like a little bit easier on the eyes, because I felt like I had to like put my glasses on for those ones, and I don't really want to do that. So I think the next read I'm going to put in my beach bag is 7 Summers by Page 2. I'm going to give this one a go, see how I feel. I do want to like mood read on this holiday, so if I like pick this up and then I get in a fantasy mood, then I'll like go to Crown of Midnight and then maybe back to this one and kind of just like switch between them. Or if I just get really hooked on this plot, I'll just read this whole thing through. But we'll just see how it goes. And yeah, this is the next book that I'm going to read on my holiday. I've also just watched that back, and my skirt looks so weird because it's like one of those crochet skirts that has like the crochet tie waistband, and the waistband fell out, so I had to like weave it back through myself, and I've really not done a good job. So it's not like actually in the skirt, and it's like it's all over the place, but we'll just ignore that. Change. I actually got this swimsuit from Vinted. It had like tags on and stuff from Topshop, and I got it like last year, and I literally love it. Like, it is giving Baywatch energy, and we're here for that. I am now halfway through the book, and I'm gonna go read some more. I'm so excited. I also realised that I actually never told you where I am. I'm in Turkey right now. That is where I am. And I will give updates on Bright Young Women because I did finish that at the pool earlier. 5 stars. Obsessed, loved it, can't wait to share my thoughts. And I literally can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think that 7 Summers by Paige Toon is also going to be a 5 stars. 2 5 stars back to back? Surely not. Like, how have I packed 2 5 stars? And I'm reading them back to back. I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. Like, I actually, if this is a 5 stars, I don't think I've ever read 2 books back to back that were 5 star. Oh, Binding and Keeping 13, but they're like by the same author in the same series, so that's kind of different. Let's go back to the beach. So I'm going to give an update because it's a lot later now. We've come in for the day, I'm about to go out for tea, just washed my hair and I'm sat in a robe, even though I have no business being in a robe because it is literally boiling. But a hotel robe is just like, so obviously I've got to wear it. So this morning I finished Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. This book was a 5 star for me. It was literally insane and I loved it so much. The way that Jessica Knoll wrote the characters, they felt so fleshed out, so real, in the terms of like the women that she wrote felt so real, and like they all had their own quirks and bits of personality and backstory, and everything just felt so detailed about the women, and it was just really interesting and thought-provoking to hear kind of this chain of events told from just solely women's points of views, and it was just like really empowering. And the way that Jessica Knoll wrote it, it felt very just empowering. Like the way that she wrote it was so good, and I highly recommend this book. So it is like based off of the Ted Bundy murders and his kind of trial. It's based off of that, and it follows a woman who kind of, she was the eyewitness, and she basically saw him but escaped. Like he never touched her, but she was in close proximity to what happened. So then it kind of follows how that changed her life and how she as a woman felt it was her duty to kind of like find justice for people when the men weren't doing their jobs right. And it tells the perspective from a woman where you get like a new insight into it, and it really highlights how over the years men and different people have like told the story from a very like just distasteful and gross way, in a gross light. And basically it follows her and how she fights for justice throughout it and how it changes her life. It also deals with like a lot of important topics as well along the way, and you also get a different point of view from a girl who actually was murdered, and it's like the sort of trajectory of that and the journey to that. So you get in 2 different points of views, but you just seeing how things unfold in such a well thought out, well explained and told way. And I feel like the way that she wrote it was very well done. It could have gone very wrong talking about things like this and heavy topics such as these. However, she did a really great job, and I literally loved every second. I couldn't put it down. It was so interesting the whole way through, and yeah, 5 stars for me. Definitely going to buy more of Jessica Knoll's books and read them, because I feel like she's going to become like an autobiographer for me and someone that I just like really want to read more books from. So I'm really excited to, yeah, because I feel like, yeah, I think it's Luckiest Girl Alive, her other book. It's just been turned into like a film or a TV show, so I really want to read that and then watch the TV show or film. That's always fun. I always like to read the book first. Then next, this afternoon, I picked up 7 Summers by Paige Toon. This one I brought on holiday purely for the fact that it says summer in the title and the cover is so pretty. I've not read a Paige Toon book before. I thought I might have done, but I don't think I have. I really don't think I have. However, she's an author that I've heard of before, so I kind of knew that she was a well-known, well-loved author, and I wanted to give one of her books a go. So this is her newest release, I think, and it basically follows 2 people in Cornwall, and they meet one summer, and then something really terrible happens, and they both can't be together because he lives in LA and she lives in Cornwall, the UK. So their paths were not aligned, they're not meant to be, but they really want to be.
So every summer they kind of meet up over 7 summers, and it just follows how their lives change throughout each summer and how different things happen, different events happen, and basically like every year something's different. They change as people, they grow older, they mature, they develop, that kind of thing. And it's actually been really interesting so far. The way that it's written, I really enjoy the writing style. So I was kind of, after reading this one, I was a bit like, oh, I don't really want to pick up another book, so I love this one so much, and like nothing right now is going to live up to it. But then I picked this up, and I feel like it's going to be a 5 stars too. Listen, I rate everything 5 stars apparently. I'm definitely a high rater, so if you came to this channel for like well thought out and critical reviews of books, then you're in the wrong place, because I just rate books off of vibes and vibes alone. If I had a good time reading it, if it made me not want to put it down, if it was thought-provoking, then it will be getting 5 stars from me. And this one is, as far as romances go, it is really, really good, and I'm obsessed. I can't, like, all day I've wanted to read it. I'm already like on page 200, and I literally picked it up at like 1:30 this afternoon, and it's now like 7 p.m. So I'm loving it, because I was kind of a bit like, I don't know if I want a romance, because romances haven't been hitting the same for me at the moment. They all feel like they follow the same kind of like cookie cutter style, and I'm not loving it. But this, I'm loving, and the way that it's like sectioned into the different summers, I really like. I love it when a book has like different sections to it. It just goes well in my brain. It is also taught from past POV and present POV, so you're following her throughout the summers from 6 years ago, and then you're also following her now in present day, which is really interesting as well, because you're kind of getting like the contrasting people and contrasting like her 22-year-old self versus her 28-year-old self, and that's really interesting. Also, I am picturing, for the main guy, I'm definitely picturing Finnick from Hunger Games, like Sam Claflin, but like how he looked as Finnick in the Hunger Games. Even though it says he has dark hair, like immediately when he was introduced, I just pictured like dark, sandy, brown hair. So that's just like a little perspective of how I'm picturing him. And I'm picturing her as, oh my god, I can't remember the actress's name. I'll pop it on the screen, but that's who I'm picturing as the different characters. So basically the Me Before You cast, I should have just said. That is my update. We are flying through these books, and I'm loving it. I'm loving all of this uninterrupted reading time. It's so fun, and yeah, I'm living my best bookworm life on this holiday, and I'm obsessed. It's the way I got progressively redder and redder during that clip, because I'm so warm with this dressing gown on. I'm gonna go get changed. Finished 7 Summers by page 2. That was Witch Queen. So good. I actually can't believe that book. Like, I do not know what to pick up next, because that's just like emotionally left me. I finished 7 Summers by page 2, and I rated it a 5 stars. 5 stars. Can everyone just like take a moment of silence for the fact that I have found 2 books that were 5 stars, one after the other. This has never happened to me before. It's never happened. I can't actually believe it. And I'm putting this down to, I actually think that this is because of variety. Like, I've brought a mixture of genres. So I've gone from like a I don't even know what you would call Bright Young Women, because personally I don't think it's a thriller. Like, I really don't. I think it's like a true crime retelling in a way kind of thing. Like, I do not think that is a thriller. It's like a thriller? A thriller. I really don't. But I've gone from that to a romance, and I think that the mixture has allowed me to rate this a 5 stars. Like, if I'd have gone from romance to romance, this would have still been a 5 stars. This would have still been a 5 stars because it was so good. Like, I literally picked it up, and at first, like, when I was going to pick it up, I was like, oh, nothing is gonna match up to Bright Young Women. I love that book. This is not gonna match up. I'm gonna be bored. And then I read the first like 20 pages and I was like, hooked. You've got me hooked, page 2. You've got me hooked. Because this was so good. And honestly, I would say this is one of the best romance books I've ever read in my entire life. Like, if I could recommend you a romance book, it would be this one. 7 Summers, it would be this one. Because it took me for a wild ride. You go from emotion to emotion to emotion. You go from happy to sad to frustrated, definitely, to just like questioning what's gonna happen. Like, so much happens in this book. How does so much happen in this amount of pages? I love the fact that it's like flicking between past tense to present day, because you've really seen like how the main female character is differing in her like mature age from like 22 to 28, how much has changed for her, like how much has changed for her mentally and things like that. That was really, really interesting, and I liked that aspect. If you liked One Day, I would say you'll probably like this, because it gave me the same kind of vibe, and I don't know why, because they're not the same in any way, but I think it's just the way that they meet up every summer, every year, and it kind of just shows you how different they are every single year and what changes, that kind of thing. Like, that is giving One Day for me. So I loved it. I literally, like, I shed a tear at the pool, which is kind of awkward. I was like, oh, put my sunglasses on, no one can see this. I can't. I loved every second of it, and I didn't want to put it down the whole way through. Like, every single thing that happened was just so impactful and so emotional. Like, I literally will think about this, and I have been thinking about it since I finished it. I was just in the bathroom then, and I just thought about it, and I was like, oh, like, you know, when your heart just, I was like, it was one of them. It was one of them, and yeah, I loved it. So I do think that it gave me similar vibes to One Day, and it gave me similar vibes just in the sense that they meet up every year as November 9 by Colleen Hoover, which I don't like that book. That book frustrated me so much. But just in the way of like they meet up every year, if you like that, then you'll probably like this. And also it gives me a vibe of like a Taylor Jenkins Reid book that I read. I can't remember what it was called. I think it's like One True Loves. I think so. I don't know why it gave me that vibe at all, but it did. So yeah. But honestly, please read this book. If you are looking for like a summer romance book to take on holiday, that's not like every other romance. It's not just like a cheesy, cutesy, funny romance. It's like hard hitting and like hits you right there in the heart. Please pick this one, because it's so good. And after finishing 7 Summers, I went on to Wildfire by Hannah Grace, which I literally know I just said that I was looking for range and variety, but I really wanted to read this one in the sun, like on the actual holiday, because I don't know when else I'm going to pick this up, and it just gives me like proper summer holiday vibes. Whereas Crown of Midnight, which would have been my other choice, that can be read here, it can be read at home, do you know? And I don't know if I will get through both of them towards the end of the holiday, so I thought we'll prioritise this one, because I know that I'll enjoy this one more being in the sun, being on a sun lounger, that kind of vibe. So that's why I picked this up. I read 20 pages earlier, so I've not read barely any, but so far, like, I do love Hannah Grace's writing style. I love how the found family is of the hockey team. That is just like something I really enjoy in books. I love when a sports romance has like such a good found family in the sports team, and this one so far has that, but I feel like we're not going to get much of it because they're obviously going to a summer camp, but regardless, I like Russ, the main guy. I liked him in the first one, Icebreaker, so I'm hoping that I like this one. I know this is really this sounds bad, but I'm not expecting like too much from this book, which I think is good, because I kind of go into these kind of books just expecting a good time, and that is it, just vibes, that is it, not like anything too crazy, like nothing like Seven Summers. I don't think I'm gonna walk away from this one being like emotionally impacted, but you don't need to be in every book, so that is fine, and I think I'm gonna have a good time with this one, so updates to come. Also, not me walking around looking like blonde Hagrid, Barbie Hagrid, with this frazzled blonde hair. Frazzled. It's frazzled. The sun has literally done a number on it, and not in a good way. The ends are frazzled, the bangs are frazzled, but we're moving on with it because there's nothing I can do about it now. Hair masks are going to be my best friend when I get home. Like the next week. We have Tuesday left, and well, Monday today, and then Tuesday, and then we fly home Wednesday morning. So we are nearing the end of the holiday, but we've still got some books to read. So I actually read halfway through Wildfire yesterday, so I started this, I think not yesterday, I read like 20 pages the day before yesterday. But I am actually surprisingly really enjoying this, because I kind of went into it thinking like, ugh, this is probably going to be my least favourite book from like the entire holiday. I'm not like going into it super excited to read, but it is actually really good. Like, it's fun, it's quick, it's easy, and the romance is so cute. It's definitely, I would say, on the same level as Icebreaker. Like, I don't like or dislike this one more or less than Icebreaker. I think that they're kind of both on par. This one follows Russ. He was in the first book, Icebreaker. He's kind of like the shy, quiet teammate on the hockey team, and in Icebreaker you kind of see like glimpses of him, and you see that he's like not got the easiest life. He's clearly got some kind of backstory to him, some kind of issues with his parents and things like that. So to read about his entire story in this book, it is really nice, and you kind of get in to see why he acts the way he does in Icebreaker and things like that. And he's honestly such a sweet soul. And Aurora, our female main character, is Also, I really enjoy her as well. She's like a lot like more bubbly and kind of like outgoing than Russ is, but the way that each other's energy levels are kind of like match really well. The setting that's created, like with the cabin and the summer camp, it's making me want to sign up and be a summer camp leader. I'm gonna read some more today. I'm hopefully gonna finish it. I'm halfway through, so can I just say the M&M packet wrap-up is still going strong. Maybe start Crown of Midnight. Maybe we'll start that if I have time. But definitely so excited to start Crown of Midnight, which is going to be like such a switch up from the books that I have been reading, because it's going to be like thrown into just like a high fantasy world. Is it high fantasy? It's definitely like ramped up fantasy to me. I think like it's definitely more fantasy than some other fantasies.
Morning. I'm not looking my best right now, so please excuse that. But I'm about to start Crown of Midnight, which is going to be my 4th book on this holiday. And I'm so excited because I've not read a fantasy yet, and I feel like fantasies just hit different on holiday. So I'm really excited to start this, and also I feel like because it's the 4th one in the series, we're just really going to get things ramped up, and it's going to be like a crazy plot. This one is the 3rd book that I'm reading in the Throne of Glass series, and I'm really excited for it because I feel like the story's going to get really ramped up from here, and it's just going to go from like 0 to 100, and I already love all the characters, so I'm excited to see where things go with them. But yeah, I only have one day, literally today. We're flying home really early tomorrow morning. I thought that we had tomorrow as well, but we don't. We're flying home at literally 8:30 in the morning, so I've only had today, but I think I'm going to carry this vlog on until I finish this book because I'm not doing anything tomorrow when I get home, so I'm thinking I can just finish it, and hopefully we can round off 4 books in this vlog. I'm also so sad to be going home because it's literally raining in the UK right now.
I have finished Wildfire by Hannah Grace, and I've rated this one a 4 stars. It honestly surprised me. Like, I did not think that I was going to rate it a 4 stars. I felt like it was going to be like a 3, 3.5. But I had such a fun time reading this. I don't know if it's because of like me being on holiday, which like amplified the experience because I'm reading it in the sun, reading about people being in the sun, that type of thing. But I honestly had such a good time. I really enjoyed the romance. I feel like the characters had such a great connection. The personalities kind of like balanced out. It was really enjoyable to see, and I thought it was so cute, so sweet. If you have read Icebreaker and you're kind of wondering whether or not you should pick up Wildfire, I definitely recommend it because I think that it's super cute, and if you're looking for like a quick romance that you can like giggle to, like I was like giggling with my feet. It was like so cute. I'm very excited for Henry's book. I don't know if this is going to be a trilogy. If anyone knows, please let me know, because I feel like it might just be a trilogy. And yeah, I really do recommend this one if you read Icebreaker and you liked Icebreaker. I would also like to say that Hannah Grace's writing style is really, really entertaining and really fun, and the way that she writes is very like quirky and witty, and there's lots of like little funny comments in which are really just like enjoyable to read, and it kind of makes the whole story just so much better because it's like kind of relatable writing, and I really enjoy this type of writing. Like it's not too fancy, it's not too hard to read, it's just very easy. It feels like you are just reading a college romance, and that is exactly what it is. And then it is actually our last day today. We actually fly home in the morning very early, so I won't be kind of reading. I won't be reading unless someone don't talk to me about it. I am gonna read a bit more of it tonight. So I've read 162 pages of Crown of Midnight so far. I would love to get to 200 pages tonight, kind of like get to the halfway point, and then fingers crossed, hopefully during the travel day, during the plane and things like that, like the bus to the airport, I can finish this book, because I really just want to like round off the 4 books that I brought, because they're actually like the 4 books on July's TBR, so then I would have kind of like finished the TBR. So far, I am enjoying it. Definitely am enjoying it. However, I think it took me a little bit to get into, and I think that might be because I've kind of gone from like a cheesy romance to a fantasy, and it kind of like, I felt like I was reading it a little bit slower than I have the other books, and my brain was kind of like working to like remember little bits from the other books. Maybe that's a me problem, but I think now we've hit like the 150 page mark, that kind of thing. Now we're over that, it's definitely getting better and more things are happening. I'm understanding things more now. I'm getting back into the swing of the story. I think I just need to warm up, definitely. And now that I'm past that part, like the beginning part, I'm definitely enjoying it a lot more, and I am getting into it, and I feel like the second half is really going to have me like on the edge of my seat, and I'm so excited for that because I love this series so far. I really do. I don't know if this is going to be a 5 stars yet, so far I've not rated any books in the Throne of Glass series of 5 stars, but definitely above a 4, I think. I mean, I'm literally that much into it. Things could change, but I think at the moment it's not giving me that like 5-star feeling, but I have seen people say that after this book, I think this is like the order. I think after this book people say that they kind of like get hooked on the series, like they are invested in it, which makes sense because it is like a 8-book series and I'm on book 3, so you know, like a lot is going to happen from here. We've not even met like the whole cast of characters. Let me know which book in the Throne of Glass series was the one for you that was like the tipping point of, yes, I'm obsessed with this series, like yes, I love this series so much. Which was the tipping point for you? Because for some people it might be Crown of Midnight, some people it might be Heir of Fire or Queen of Shadows, maybe even the tandem read. But which book was it for you? Because currently I've not really had like the tipping point moment. Like I love the series, I like it, but I'm not like die hard stan yet. I feel like that's to come. Hoping to finish this tomorrow. I'll give my thoughts and feelings when I've finished it. And yeah, so far, I mean, like on the actual holiday, I feel like I've done so much good reading. I've honestly brought unreal books with me, and I've like enjoyed every single one. It's been amazing. You know, you just feel so like rejuvenated after just being able to just sit and have uninterrupted reading time. I love it. I do apologise if that clip was like very noisy in the background, but it's the sound of the waves crashing. So sorry about that, but how pretty is this view? Like literally how pretty. I really want to know what's over there. Like what is on that little bit of rock? Who knows? Probably nothing. Clearly nothing, but hey. I'm gonna round this vlog off now because I am sadly back home. Yeah, I'm sadly back home, but hey ho, it's actually so sunny outside right now, which is a bit of a shock. I did finish off Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas, and I've rated that a 4 stars. It was a solid book for me. It was solid. I enjoyed it. However, I do think that it's very much like a setup book. Like it's setting us up for the other books in the series, you know? So I felt like there was like a lot of times in the book where it was kind of a little bit more on the slower side, not too much going on, but then at the end it really picked up and it was like like I was so hooked and I literally was like gasping. I thought it was so well done. I love the characters. I just love everything about the series, but it was definitely a book, in my opinion, it was just like setting us up for the bigger books to come, which I have no problem with, and I had a great time. I had the best time on holiday and I managed to read 4 books because I did finish Crown of Midnight on the plane home, so I'm counting it. I read 4 books and I had 2 5 stars, 2 4 stars. I mean, can you literally ask for anything better than that? It was such a good reading week. I found some amazing books, some that I will literally class as my favourites, like 7 Summers by Page 2, and please read it because that is my now like my current favourite book. I loved it so much and I cannot wait to read more from Page 2 for sure. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. It is a little bit on the longer side, I do apologise. I just will not be silenced, apparently. I ramble on and on, and I just need to chill. Make sure to stay tuned for lots more fun videos to come. Definitely got some reading vlogs planned, lots of book content planned. I'm super excited. And make sure you subscribe, like, comment and subscribe. It really helps me out. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.